Hello and welcome to The Recap, a new weekly series on the Women's Football Talk channel where we'll look back at all the action across the top European leagues and look at the results in each game and how they affected the tables. So let's start off with the games here in England. And on Friday night, Arsenal got off to the perfect start, beating Brighton and Hove Albion 4-0. It was helped by the fact that Brighton played most of the game with 10 players after Emma Kohlberg pulled down Stina Blackstenius and was given a straight red card. However, on replays, if you look at it, Stina Blackstenius was offside, but without VAR in the women's game here in England, there was nothing to be done, so it had to stick as a red card, and Hope Powell's side played the rest of the game with 10 players. Kim Little then got the first goal of the new WSL season, scoring Arsenal's first. Stina Blackstenius then got in on the act, scoring her first of the season, and then a Beth Mead brace got her off to the perfect start as they continued to look forward to a good and successful season, hopefully under Jonas Eidevall. Then on Saturday, Manchester United played host to Reading at Leeds Sports Village, and it was a perfect debut for Maya Letizia, who scored a brace after two fantastic balls in by Katie Zellem, who was marking her 100th appearance for the Reds, and she then got in the act herself, scoring a penalty, before Alessia Russo put United 4-0 up before half-time, and then it was a coasting of the second half for Mark Skinner's side as they got off to a brilliant start themselves. Then on Sunday, it was all goals at Villa Park as Aston Villa beat Manchester City 4-3, with Rachel Daly scoring a brace on her official debut for Aston Villa, with Alicia Lehmann and Kenza Darley scoring the other two goals for Carla Ward's side in what turned out to be an upset amongst upsets because no one was expecting it. However, Man City did actually take the lead in that game 3-2 for a period of time. So Laura Coombs scored Man City's first just before half-time to pull it to 2-1, and then two goals in the opening 10 minutes of the second half got Manchester City 3-2 up, with Coombs and Bunny Shaw scoring. However, Kenza Darley scored 3 minutes after Coombs got her second, and then Daly scored her second of the game 14 minutes from time. Elsewhere, Tottenham saw victory against Leicester City, with Drew Spence and Ashley Neville scoring for Rhian Skinner's side. However, they couldn't keep a clean sheet after Drew Spence hit the ball into her own net. West Ham United beat Everton 1-0, with Lisa Evans getting her first official goal for the club since joining permanently after leaving Arsenal this past summer, and it was a surprise on the cards in the evening kickoff between Liverpool and Chelsea as the newly promoted Liverpool beat Chelsea 2-1, with Katie Stengel scoring two penalties after Frank Kirby did give Chelsea an early lead in that game through the penalty spot as well. So 3 penalties in that game, and it was Liverpool who ran away as winners this weekend. Elsewhere in the world of football, Juventus beat Roma 1-0 on Friday afternoon in the Italian league. Elsewhere, Inter Milan got the biggest scoreline this weekend, beating Pomigliano 6-1. Fiorentina beat Parma 2-1, AC Milan beat Sassuolo, and Sampdoria beat Como. Over in Spain, we also had the first set of fixtures there after the referee strike was ended during midweek last week. So Barcelona got off to their title defence to a perfect start once again, beating Granadilla Tenerife 2-0. Real Madrid also won 2-0 against Valencia, and Real Sociedad beat Villarreal by the same scoreline. Atletico Madrid beat Sevilla 3-1, Levante beat Alhama 3-2, Levante beat Real Betis 2-1, and Madrid CFF beat Alaves 2-1. Over in France this past weekend, and PSG beat Rodez 4-0 as they look to close the gap to Lyon from last season, who themselves beat Soyo Charente 2-1. And elsewhere, there was draws between Dijon and Bordeaux, Fleury 91 and Paris FC, Montpellier beat Stade Reims 3-1, and Le Havre beat Guingamp 1-0. Over in Germany, and Bayern Munich drew 0-0 with Eintracht Frankfurt on Friday, whilst Wolfsburg beat SGS Essen 4-0 on Saturday. And then the rest of the games happened on Sunday, with Cologne beating Hoffenheim 3-1, Freiburg beating Meppen 2-1, Bayer Leverkusen beating Duisburg 1-0, and Werder Bremen and Turbine Potsdam playing out a 1-1 draw. And then in the Netherlands, the Arzilla Eredivisie Vrouwen got underway this past weekend, with PSV beating Heerenveen 1-0, FC Twente put 5 past VV Alkmaar, and Ajax won 4-0 against Fortuna Sittard. Feyenoord beat Excelsior 2-1, and then on Sunday Den Haag beat Telstar 4-0. So a lot of goals happening across the European leagues this past weekend. Now, this week sees the return of the Champions League with the second round of qualifying games taking place on Tuesday and Wednesday. We will have our preview for that out later on as Ajax travel to England as they face Arsenal, so that should be the tie of the round. And we'll be back later with our rundown later on in the week to look ahead to the second week, or technically the third match day in the WSL and the rest of the league's games, as we have some fantastic games here in England coming up this weekend. Until then, make sure you like it, comment and subscribe, turn on the post notification bell so you never miss a video of ours, and thank you for following us on Twitter and on Instagram to keep up to date with all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And until next time, we'll see you soon.